There I am. Kombaru. Welcome to Fubaruka channel. I'm your host, Blue. And I hope everybody is ready for more AI the Somnium Files. OMG, it was almost a Baloo-less Baloo stream. Don't worry, it would never be like that. Even if I wasn't on screen, I would still be here. Alrighty, let's go. Now to remember what the heck I was doing. Okay, yes, that was the last thing we did. Okay. Arson, senior subject, chair. Chair. Binders. Sync manual. Those, okay, no. Monitor is turned off. Door. The entrance. Locker. A locker. Hey, did you hear something just now? It must be in your head. Locker in the corner. Well, that's unsettling. Seal shells. I opened it up. There's a bunch of Aramos inside. I don't know what that means. CRT monitor. Dade, can you turn on the TV? Video drone is about to start. Video drone. Haven't seen Video Drone? It's a cult classic. I haven't seen it, and that's not a TV anyway. I guess technically, I don't know if you can actually like hook CRT monitors up and use them as TVs. I can't think of the only CRT monitors I ever saw. They only specifically had the hookups that like old computers used for monitors. This brings back memories. Date and I consummated our love for each other many times at that table. I don't remember that at all. Many objects are scattered on the table. Door. Just to the sink room. I think that's everything. Seems like it's Look. Computer looks like his usual self. The original and new incident. Red figure from the sink. Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris Somnium? About the original remember when the boss said this morning? The original Cyclops killer has yet to be brought to justice. After the investigation got going, it was taken over by the government and classified. That was the last we heard anything about it. Of course, they paid lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing. But in reality, it was dropped completely. Okay. Why did the original site? Well,
6年前の第一サイクロ事件と今回の
I
第
don't
二
believe there's any meaningful connection
おそらく両者には
between the original and new Cyclops killings. I mean,
どうして
why is that?
犯人が違うから
The
ですよ
culprit is not the same.
初代サイクロプスが今回の犯行を行うのは
Absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
なんで断言できるんだよ
Can you be so sure?
できるからできるんです
Because I can.
とにかく僕のことを信
Don't
じ
worry about it. Just trust me. Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris' Somnium?
シンカーは必ずしも目的の
Thinker does not always experience the Somnium they expect.
夢とは潜在意識の中で抑圧された記憶の断片が
Don't worry about it, kitten. Hard.
できたものです
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
ある事件の捜査で
When using the sync machine for an
我々が知ってい
investigation,
る記憶は
we don't always see the memories we expect to see.
何らかの形で対象者の心の底に閉じ込め
True, oftentimes the subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories.
必然的にそれらの記
That
憶は
is why we
そ
see
の
them
世
so
界
often
で
in
顕在化する
Somnium.
頻度が高くなり
Hello, life is there to be there. How are you?
故に我々は大抵の場合
Why these somnia are
情報を
so
手に入れる
often
ことができるわけ
so
です
useful for criminal investigation.
がそれはあくまでも
But
経
this
験
is not a
則的なことであって確実にそうなるという保証はありません要するに我々が
Cannot
夢の内
control
容を
the
コントロール
content
で
of
き
our
るわけではない
dreams
と
after
いうことです
Why did the original Cyclops killer appear? There's a Somnium.
夢とは記憶の断片がパッチワーク
Like I
みたい
told
に
you
組み合わ
before.
されたものさっきそう言いましたよね
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious
これ
ones.
を式で表すと
This can be
こうなります
expressed as an equation.
夢 D イコール記憶 A プラス
Dream D equals memory A plus
記憶
memory
C
B plus memory C.
夢 D というのは言うまでもなく虚構の
This, of course, means that Dream D is a fictional event.
ところが記憶
However,
A
the same cannot necessarily be said about memory A, B, and C.
すべて現実の出来事です
These happened in reality.
つまり言い換えるとこうなり
In
ます
other words,
虚構とは現実の組み合わせによって構成
fiction
され
is
る
built from combinations of reality.
じゃあさっきのソムニウムで見た
So
光
what
景
I saw in Somnium earlier.
ええイリスが実際に目にしたものだと思い
Yes,
ま
I
す
believe Iris actually witnessed those events. The red figure from the sink. And are all memories real?
ピュータお前はさっき記憶というのは全て現実の出来事だって言ってたよ
Peter, you said that memories happen in reality, right?
だがそうじゃないこともあるんじゃないか
What about false memories?
例えば間違った記憶
How do we know if the memory really happened?
誤記憶というのは正しい記憶が
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones.
なので分解すれ
If
ば
you disassembled
やは
those
りそれぞ
pieces,
れ
you
現実
will
の
find
出来事という
real
ことにな
events.
ります
じゃあ映画やテ
What
レ
about
ビで見
things you see in movies or television?
それも本人が実際に見たと
The
いう
events might be fictional.
同じく現実です
The experience is not.
人間は生まれてから
Our
一度
imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth. Hello, Onyx. How are you?
さっきのソムニウム
In the Somnium earlier,
犯人とおぼしき人物
I
の
saw
そば
someone else who
もう
might
一
be
つ
the
の
criminal.
人影があったあいつは一体
Who was he?
さあ僕に聞かれても
I wouldn't know. Doing okay? That's good. Good. Hello, boss. Boss has a serious look on her face. About the original Cyclops killer? What about the original Cyclops serial killer? Why did the original Cyclops serial killer appear in Iris Somnium, the blue figure from the sink?
だから言ったでしょ。
Didn't I tell you?
第一サイクロ事件は最高ランクの国家機密なの。
The entire case is a state secret.
いくらあなたでも詳しいことは話せ
No
ない。
matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you anything. Well, that's not very good. How am I supposed to get anything done? What about the originals?
第一サイクロ事件が起こったのは6年前。
Cyclops killer appeared 6 years ago.
俺が記憶を失ったのも同じく6年前だ。
Lost my memory 6 years ago. I'm also missing one of my eyes, and they stabbed out eyes, so I have a feeling these might be connected.
この2つには何
It has to be some kind of connection. Yeah, no dip. No dip.
ないわよ。ただの偶然でしょ。
There isn't. It's a coincidence.
本当か？
Really?
え
Really? I don't believe you. Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris's Somnium?
人は記憶にないものを夢に見ることはない。
You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
つまりイリスは事
That
件
means Iris must know about the killing.
6年前というと
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
あいつは12歳の
Did she witness the crime at 12?
撃したっていうのか。それも一つだけじゃなく
And not just one, but all 4?
うん
Hmm.
なあ、もう一度確認さ
Help
せ
me understand this.
さっきのシンクで俺が見たの
What
は
I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
ええ。
Yeah.
ってことは彼女たちを殺害して
So
い
the
た
person doing the killing was the original Cyclops
ってこ
killer.
とに
そうなるわね。
Right.
ボス、お前も見てたんだろ？
Did you see him?
あいつはあの人影は
He was.
伊達君。あなたの顔をしていた。
Saw your face.
要するに、あの時の事件の犯人。
Iris is so quirky for this. The original Cyclops serial killer
そ
was.
うだ。ありえ
Can't
ない
be. That's impossible.
だってお前の中には6年以上前
Dante, you cannot say that for certain. Joke ass organization.
従ってお前自身がありえないと断
You
定
have no memory past 6 years ago.
もしかして伊達さん、あなた
So
が犯
perhaps,
人だ
Mr. Dante, you are the killer.
あなたには左目がない。
You're missing your left eye.
それであなたは他人の左目を
So you
奪お
steal
う。
them from others.
なんてね。冗談よ。
I'm kidding.
あなたがサイクロプスなわけ
You
ないじゃ
can't
ない
be the Cyclops killer.
そうなんだ。
Really?
決まってるでしょ。
Of course not.
私が連続殺人
Do you
鬼
think I would hire a serial killer? I mean, you don't have a great track record with employees so far.
イリスはシンクの前に伊
You
達君
interrogated Iris before the sink.
その時に抱いた伊達君に対す
What
る
you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her. Okay, sure. To the detective on a related case, this is a state classified case. You aren't going to get any info about this. To the just turned 18-year-old citizen. Oh yeah, the state classified secret technology. Yeah, let me tell you all about it. Summarize for me. I didn't learn anything from speaking with Boss. Well, at least he's being honest this time. If anything, the mystery only grew deeper. Computer shook me from my thoughts, though.
伊達さん、そろそろイリスが
Dante, it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
わかった。
Got it. Headed to the sink room.
なあ、イリス、さっきの夢は
Hey, Iris, about that dream earlier.
夢
Dream? What dream?
何ですかだってイリスに聞いても無駄だ
There is no point in asking, Dante. She's stupid. She's very, very dumb.
シンクの対象者は
Subject of a sink does not experience somnium in the way that you do.
従ってそのことを覚えてるわけがないんだ。
They will not remember it.
じゃあ6年前の第一サイクロプス
And what about the Cyclops killer from 6 years ago?
サイクロプス？
Cyclops killer?
そ
I remember hearing it on the news.
でも当時私
I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything specific.
知らないっていうのか
You don't? No.
殺害現場の近くにいたとか
What about the scene of the murder?
ありません。
I don't know.
あるわけないじゃないですか。
I've never been there.
だが
But
夢とは記憶の断
dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. Hello, Satanic Beef. How are you doing today? You can't dream of something you know nothing about. Y'all, I feel like that's a lot of pop psychology with not a lot of scientific basis, but okay, we're gonna roll with it, I guess. Date, did you take Iris home?
Eh?
Huh?
証拠不十分ってやつですよ。
We do not have enough evidence to hold her.
結局ソムニウム内でも
Even in Somnium, we couldn't find anything.
法律上こ
The
の
law demands that we release her.
できません。
どうやら従うしかな
You
さそう。
cannot decline, Date. Are we gonna end up back on the Iris path?
ちょっと
Date,
やってもらいたい
could we make a stop first?
どこだ
Sure, where?
小金横丁にあるマーブルってお店
Marble, it's a bar in Golden Yokocho.
お前マーブルを知
You
って
know about that place?
ええ
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me for.
だがなんでマーブルなんだ
Why do you want to go there?
ちょっと話したいこ
There's
と
something I want to talk about.
ここじゃダメなのか
You can't talk here?
落ち着いたところでゆっくりと
It
話
might
したいんです
take a while.
どうする
What do you think?
特に断る理由はない
No reason to refuse.
俺の方も聞きたいことが
Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her too.
分かったいいだろ
Alright, sure. Let's go to the gay bar. You! I wanna take you to a gay bar. Iris nodded and pulled out her phone. I wanna take you to a gay bar. Is she sending a Nile message to someone? I was curious, but I didn't want to pry. I turned the wheel and drove to Marble. Why did you turn the wheel? We're going on a straight road right now. Are you trying to commit suicide, Date? When we walked in, I didn't see Mama anywhere. To my surprise, I saw Ota sitting at the counter. What is he doing at the gay bar? Tessa! Oh, Ota! You okay there, buddy? Have you been hitting the sauce? Have you been hitting the sauce? Definitely in his 20s man, not a 12-year-old boy. It's a menu, it's writing on the back. Bottles of condiments. There are bottles lined up on the counter. Beer tap. Beer tap. Counter. A bar counter. Stool. A stool. Like me, for real, for real. No. This character bothers the fuck out of me because his bio says he's like what? Hold on, let me check. What does the bio say his age is? Yeah, 24. Okay, so I got it right. The bio says that he is 24. He is straight up voiced by a woman. It drives me mad. He's the shortest male character in this game. He's voiced by a woman, and yet the game wants me to believe that he is 24 years old. I simply refuse. Years of anime watching have taught me to believe that a character that looks and sounds like this, if male, must be below the age of 12. It is a requirement. Or at least below the age of like 16. I'm 30 and I look like that, though my voice is yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm not talking realism or anything. I'm just talking in the language of anime. This is a boy who is not yet 18 years old. This is how it works. Poster. There's a poster on the wall. Flyer. A flyer. Do any of these lights have anything to say? No. Shelves. There are bottles of alcohol on the shelves. I'm 30 and look like that. No, he's not the shortest. Moma is middle-aged, and he is the same size or smaller than. No, he's not. He's a little bit taller than Ota. Which is why I got so pissed off when Ota called him short. Because I was like, what the fuck are you doing, Ota? You're shorter than him. Picture on the wall. There's music playing on the radio. Refrigerator. A refrigerator. This is thrilling commentary. Thank you guys. The specials are written on the chalkboard. If you're gonna make all of these things capable of being clicked on, can't you just give me some more fun information to read? A hanger on the wall. Sofa. A sofa. Table. There's a table in front of the sofa. Yeah, I think that's all of it. Let's talk to her first. Iris is standing next to me. You called Ota here? No, I didn't tell him to come. Just showed up on his own. It's totally random if they'll be hilarious or not, sadly. I wish there was a way for me to know. Daisakas. I can actually read that. Where's Mama? Isn't your phone broken? I never thought I'd run into you here. It's like he's bothered by something. I never thought I'd run into you here. I was nihiling with Tessa earlier. She said she was going to Marble, so... I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime. I cannot read. Where's Mama? Isn't your phone broken? No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in the puddle. Where's Mama? Oh, she left a little while ago. Said something about going to help an acquaintance. She told me to watch the place until she got back. How well do you know Mama? Not at all. My first time here. I wasn't particularly surprised. Mama's always depended on the kindness of strangers ever since she opened Marble. What was that thing about? This actually works out nicely. I wanted to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris. You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing. That you'd stay quiet no matter what.
あのことってなんだ？
What were you talking about?
それは
Well,
例の Twitter の件。
I'll tell her about the Twitter thing. I swear I'll do it.
ああもうわかった。
Geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay?
だけどその前に
But before I tell you, who's that?
ドア？
What?
外に
At the door. Someone standing outside. What the fuck? Oto, what the hell? I'm gonna kill that little faggot. Anyway, Jukai. Wow, dumbass. Date is not a smart man. When I woke up, I was lying on the sofa. The one in front of the table that's in front of the sofa. Where am I? My head was killing me and my memory was foggy. I felt a sudden pain in my neck. It was Ota, the little prick. I shot up, rubbing my neck. When I looked over the counter, I saw a monster staring back at me. It took me a few seconds before I realized it was just Mama.
気がついたみたいね。
Looks like you're awake now. As Mama spoke to me, it all came rushing back. I remembered everything. Also, I'm sure that lightning effect was used in Zero Time Dilemma. Do you mean like the sound effect or the... Oh my god, no! There are bottles of alcohol on the shelves. Menu. It's menu. It's writing on the back. All condiments. All lined up on the counter. Beer tap. A beer tap. Counter. A bar counter. Stool. A stool. Picture. A picture on the wall. Refrigerator. A refrigerator. Radio. There's music playing on the radio. Poster. Posters on the wall. Flyer. Flyer. Blackboard. The specials are written on the blackboard. Hanger. Hanger on the wall. Sofa. A sofa. Table. There's a table in front of the sofa. Okay. Okay, we can proceed. Okay. Particle effects. The sound effect was much better. Mama is polishing the dried bonito. What time is
そろ
it?
そろ3時になるわ。
It'll be 3 o'clock soon.
言うまでもないと思うけど。
In the morning, of
そろ
course.
そろね
Where's Ota?
オータって。
Ota?
私が留守番を
The boy I asked to watch the bar?
少年って年ではないと思
I'd
う。
say he's too old to be called a boy, but yeah. No, what do you... This is what bothers me. The fact that he... He acknowledges what Ota's age is supposed to canonically be, and he never acknowledges the fact that he looks so young.
私が帰ってきた時にはいなかったけど。
It bothers me. It bothers me. It bothers me that no one acknowledges it. He was already gone when I came back.
ただ伊達ちゃんが床の上ですや
All I
すや
saw was you getting your beautiful sleep up, your beauty sleep on the floor.
くそ。
Damn it, Ota, what are you thinking?
一体何を考えて。
どうやらイリスを連
It
れて
appears that he took off with Iris. You're gonna take that to your grave, huh? It fucking bothers
お
me.
前は何をしてたんだ。
Why did they design him? Like, it would be one thing if it was something that the other characters acknowledge and that it serves some kind of purpose, but no one acknowledges that he, like, has the appearance of a young boy according to the visual language of anime and the voice acting logic of anime. Like, no one acknowledges it. But then that makes me want to know, why did the creators do it? If none of the characters were going to acknowledge it, if it doesn't seem to serve any purpose in the story, why did they do it? This isn't like, oh, they made his hair, like, they made Mizuki's hair look like toothpaste color because that happens to be the creator's favorite color. It's not some, like, this is a very big thing. Like, this is the kind of thing that you would do if you were going to have it mean something, or at least have it be like a gag or something, but no one acknowledges it, and it drives me crazy. You are going to hate this thing. What were you doing during all this? My power was shut down due to the stun gun. I've rebooted in safe mode and now operational. Oh, why didn't you wake me up? I tried, you wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that. But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right? So you weren't drunk? Didn't have a single drop. Baloo, you like Hosamo. Shush. That is different. Because in that game, the characters looking the way they do is entirely just, you know, hand service appeal. This game, I don't think, is trying to make Ota fan service appeal. In fact, this game seems to be quite mean to Ota at times. Didn't have a single drop. Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle. Just like the old days. Thanks for calling me an alcoholic. I love you too, Mama. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Date, the boss is calling. How am I gonna report this one? Date, listen, stay calm, but this is an emergency. Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video. I got it off of LiveLeak. I sent the address to Ivo. I'm EP, so I'm just gonna lurk. Ho! So now we're in the timeline where she's dead. Okay. Also, welcome, SBT. Did Ota do it? No, that's... The criminal is streaming this live. Like I said, I got it off of LiveLeak. Iba, source. Identified. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse, Koto District. Okiura? Date, focus. I need to get to the site now. I thanked Mama and ran out of marble. What's our ETA? Our destination is far from here. 20 minutes at the fastest. Please let me make it in time. I don't know, dude. She seems pretty dead already. Wait, no. Is she breathing? I think she might. Is that a furry? Okay, so she's alive even after they stabbed her eyes out, and now they're gonna cut her in half. And also, that's a polar bear. What? Asa, hold on, I'll save you. Okay, so Ota's still alive, and he's trying to not let her Stay away from Tessa! Ah! But yeah, if I remember correctly, I think so far the only character we've met who Ota is shorter than is Mizuki. So like the literal 12-year-old girl is the only character that he's taller than. I kept my foot on the gas the whole time. I could feel the sweat on my palms. The engine raised a high-pitched scream, but I could barely hear it. My heartbeat was pounding in my ears, shaking me to the core. How much time had passed? The feeling of time itself had disappeared. Eventually, the car reached a long bridge. Shortly after, the image changed. Ota looks like this because they want him to look like the most stereotype dweeb otaku without it being creepy. But he doesn't look like the most stereotype dweeb otaku. He just looks like a boy. Date, you better hurry. Date, hurry! No! Oh, why a fucking polar bear? I have many questions. No! Zero time dilemma called. I don't know what that means. What? Wait. What? Wait. What? Wait. What? Wait. What? Wait. So I am confusion. So I'm more confusion. Though at least this time, when Date goes crazy and says that I must have got transported to an alternate dimension, at least some people will believe him. Well, at least Iris will stick up for him because like she had to have seen the video, right? There you are, finally. I was looking all over for you. Does he regularly just hang out in the interrogation room? It's rare to see you down like this. But it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you? Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marvel. About letting Ota get the upper hand on you. Am I right? Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks? Ota Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide.
オータはイリスに対して自
Ota
分
had a
勝手な
selfish
行為を
love for
やっていた。
Iris.
きっとイリスも自
He
分
was under the delusion that Iris loved him too.
そんな妄想も抱いていた。けれどイリスはオー
But
タの
Iris
ことを
refused Ota.
そこでオータは
So Ota decided he and Iris should be together in the afterlife. Killed her, then killed himself. Just like that weird guy with that one singer. Bjork. From Bjork.
バカな。
That's ridiculous. Ota would never kill Iris.
第一、他の2件の殺人
And
につい
how
て
do you explain the other two murders?
イリスは左目をくり抜かれ
Iris's left eye was hollowed out.
沖浦や翔子と同じよう
Just
に
like Denju and Shoko.
3つの殺人は間違い
Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person.
サイクロプス
The new Cyclops killer.
それがオータだとしたら
There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit.
イリスの殺害も含めて
Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
例えば
Such as... Desk. Desk in the middle of the room. The door I can't see at the door. Surveillance camera B, a security camera. The room is reflected in the mirror. Pipe. Pipes on the wall. Camera. Camera used to record the interrogation. Doesn't feel good to have the lens staring at you. Computer. There's a PC in the corner. Boss, look. Boss is sitting in front of me. Behavior during the video, Ota had no incentive to kill Denju. About the polar bear costume.
アセトンちゃんは僕が守る。
例の配信動画
Ota showed himself on the stream.
その映像の中に姿を見せているイリスを殺して
If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he
どうし
do
てわ
that?
ざわざそんなことを例えば
The only reason you would show yourself like this is to prove that you weren't the
説明が
culprit.
つく自分は犯人ではない
Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person.
そのことを示すための
That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
じゃあ最初は死
Well,
ぬつも
maybe
り
he
はなか
wasn't
った
planning on dying at first.
イリスを殺した後で心変わ
After he
りした
killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
で切断機のスイッ
So
チ
he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice cutting machine himself?
っていうのかどう考えても不
I
思議
don't buy it. What about the polar bear costume?
犯人が
The
白熊の
culprit was
着物
wearing a
を
polar bear
着用してい
costume,
たのは
probably to hide their
おそらく自
identity.
分の正体を隠すため無理心中が目的なら
But if murder suicide was the plan, the costume serves no purpose. Ota had no incentive to kill
考
Denju.
えたのかもしれないわ。
Maybe he was thinking like this.
自分がイリスと交際
The
でき
reason
ない
Iris and I can't be
事務所
together
の
is
タレント
because
の
her
恋愛を
agency
禁止
prohibits
して
it,
るからだ。つまり諸悪の根源は
making the president, Denju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind. Boss is giving Ota way too much credit.
水木は太田の中の
Mitsuki is Ota's close friend.
そいつの父
Do
親
you really think Ota would kill that would kill his friend's father? Ota had no incentive to kill Shoko.
翔子と沖浦は結婚
Shoko was married to Denju.
翔子を殺せば
Maybe he was trying to get at Denju by killing her.
こじつけもいい
That's a
ところだ
stretch.
二人はとっくの昔に
Been divorced for years.
そのことは水木から聞い
Ota knows all about
太田も知ってる
knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Denju.
私の方からも補足事項を伝えておこう。
There are some additional discrepancies.
捜査の報告書を確
I
認
analyzed the investigation report.
どうやら太田の脇腹には
Judging by his wounds, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
本当か
Are you serious?
間違いない。
I am. I told the boss about what Aibo found.
あ、その件なら私
Oh, I know that.
だったらどうして
Well,
太田が自分で刺した
Ota
の
could
か
have
もしれない
stabbed
じゃない
himself.
最初はそうして死のうと思っ
Maybe
て
he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went to the ice cutting machine.
もしもそうなら現場に
Hmm,
包丁が
shouldn't
残ってる
we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
海に捨てたのかも
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
ボス本気で言ってるのか
Boss, come on.
太田は一度港
Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse. Anyway, case closed. It's all solved. Nothing bad ever happens to Iris on Christmas. Mariah Carey, you are needed. You are in need of service here.
まあ本気じゃないけど
Well, I wasn't being serious.
っていうか別に
I
私
don't think
太田が
Ulta was the
犯人
culprit
だ
from
最
the
初から思
beginning.
ってなかったし今のはただ
I was just playing devil's advocate for HQ.
本当かよ
Really?
うんほんとほんと
Yes, really.
とにかく太田は
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself.
わけでもない自然に考えればこうだ
Here's what I think happened.
アセトンちゃんは僕が守る
太田はイリスがさらわれたことを知り
Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene.
そこで白熊の気
That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume.
そいつを倒そうとしたが
He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side.
負傷した太田にも
He
はや
was weakened and losing blood as at the culprit's mercy.
犯人のなすがままに
Culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice cutting machine.
そして
And then okay, but still, none of this explains why you saw a video where Iris got cut in half. Then who's the
そ
culprit?
れが分かれば苦労はしない
I wish I knew.
犠牲者の数は合計で4人
We're up to 4 victims.
だけど太田は事件に
Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the
含まれ
culprit.
てなかったはず
あああい
Right,
つだけ
and he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
すると残るは3人
That's another thing. Of all the characters in this game, he has the biggest eyes. And as we all know, in anime rules, biggest eyes or larger eyes equal either younger or more feminine. And I wouldn't exactly like Ota is young. I would not exactly call him feminine. So let's focus on the 3 victims.
翔子沖浦
Shoko, Denju, and Iris. Maybe the culprit was the friends we made along the
この
way.
3人と接点があるのは
I
誰
believe that is literally the moral of the story. Ota is a Shota. Look, I get it. I get it. In real life, people can look way younger than they're supposed to be. In real life, people can look way older than they're supposed to be. But there's like specific visual and storytelling language that anime uses to tell you how old or young a character is supposed to be or supposed to look. And much like in real life, when people look or sound or whatever older or younger than they actually are, people acknowledge it. Like the other characters in the show or whatever will be like, you look young, or you act young for your age, or you act older than you look, or whatever. Just because, like, people do that in real life. Like, people will tell people, "Oh, you're younger than I thought you were. You're old." Like, that's something I get a lot, like at work or stuff like that. I get a lot of people telling me that I am older than they thought I was. Like that I'm older than they thought I was based on my appearance and stuff. But no one does that to Ota. No one tells him how, like, no one mistakes him for a kid and then finds out later that he's an adult. No one, like, no one brings up his age and then someone else goes like, wait, he's that old? Like, no one, it never gets acknowledged. The only reason I even know he's supposed to be as old as he is because I checked his bio. Otherwise, it's just completely glossed over. And it bugs me. Baloo imagined Bayonetta. No one is asking why she's showing her puss. That is not the same thing. Like, you don't need to ask why she's doing it. She makes it very clear that she's doing it because she likes to. You are literally the demographic they intend for this bit. Not really. Not exactly. Like, Ota's not my type. I'll leave it at that. What connects these three?
接点
Connection?
被害者の接点を
If
た
you
ど
find
る
a connection between the victim and you,
捜査のセオリー
if
で
you
しょ
find a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
つまりそいつが今回のサイクロプスだと
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
わからないけど
Like, to make confused.
これでの一つの取っかかりにはなると
Maybe, maybe not, but it's a good starting point. But the thing is, I feel like they don't intend for it to be that confusing. I think it just ended up the way it is. Because, like, I've seen the production art for Ota, like the scrap design, and I feel like his scrap design to me is much more believable as like a cartoony depiction of a 24-year-old. But the design they went with, where they tried to take that scrap design and make it more like typical beautified anime character, it ironically made him not look age appropriate. You're thinking way too much about it. I can't not do that though, because it bugs me. And you can't not bug me. Cat, please stop. You're messing up the You're like, just so you guys know, the reason why my model keeps glitching out is because my cat's tail keeps getting in the way of the camera. Okay. Maybe not, but it's a good starting point. You're thinking way too much about this. You really are, girl. I know I'm thinking too much about it, but it bugs me. I'm going to think too much about it until it stops bothering me, which is probably going to be never. Never, baby. I'll never give this up. Boss is sitting in front of me. Some of his games, you gotta just not really think that much about some things. I'm honestly glad my desk doesn't have the space to jump on. That's the thing, my desk doesn't have the space for the cast to jump on, and they still fucking do it. Very much suspension of disbelief. Baloo, look, as a hot 29-year-old Latina soprano who speaks French, I relate to Ota. I think you are probably none of those things. I know you're not most of the things you said. I think you do speak French. I think that's true. I think all the rest is probably a lie. Theodore, please stop hitting the auto button. Think Mizuki? Mizuki has the strongest connection with all three victims. Theodore. Shoko and Denju were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris. She was good friends with Ota, too. But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all four of them. Thinking of her as a suspect is ridiculous. Ota's mother, Mayumi. Mayumi has motives for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hates Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemniscate either. Since Denju is the president. Anyway, the weak point is Denju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her. And above all, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him. Moma Kumakura? Denju and Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras. There's no connection to Iris. Well, I mean, he is obsessed with her. Horseman So Sejima? Denju, Shoko, and So. There is a connection between Denju and Shoko through the Kumakuras. But again, I can't see any clear link to Iris. Iris' mother, Hitomi? Hitomi and Denju were definitely linked. They were high school classmates, and she did say that she met Shoko twice. But I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way. No matter what the circumstances were, it seems impossible to me. Me? I know Denju and Shoko. And I'm connected to Iris. But I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No, now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. Why is he not at any point in this bringing up the fact that we saw on video Iris getting killed by the polar bear? My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memories of recent events. If I start doubting myself now, okay, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops killer. I've been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent. Thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer. And no leads to pursue? No. And there's only one thing you can do. Continue your investigation. Do whatever it takes to get the culprit. Get justice for the victims. Date Vagina Boy? Wait, what? 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 Onyx, what? 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 What did... What? He said he can't pay. Anyway, god damn it. But I do like vagina. Good for you, SBT. I'm glad for you.
そうだな。
You're right. Got it, boss. Okay. Alright. Where do you guys want to go first? We can go to the cold storage warehouse, or the Matsushita Diner, or Date's home, or the Sagan residence, or Marble. The gay bar. Where should we go? See now, if you can accept Ota, that would be great. Thank you. The diner. SBT equals Ota. Good to know. Is that true, SBT? Are you Ota? Do you love Iris? Are you a fan of ASET? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of ASET. Her one song. I'm not gonna lie, I have looked up the full version of the song because I legitimately enjoy what's it called? Like Rainbow Arrow something something. I can't remember what it's called. She's too 18 years old for me. You better be careful about saying stuff like that. It was so quiet, I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. Oh my god, you're becoming an Iris stan. I can't help it. I like her. She's fun. Like, I started liking her once I found out that she's like a conspiracy theorist. I was like, oh, you're actually really fun. You're a crazy bitch. I love that. There's a menu on the table. Condiments. Condiments are placed on the table. Cushion. Sitting cushion. Lucky cat. Lucky cat statue. Window. But a window. Fortune. It says good luck. Poster. A beer ad on the wall. Calendar. It's November, but that calendar says January. Looking closely at it, even the year is wrong. This is odd. An old calendar on the wall. The gears have stopped turning on the clock. Menu. Menus written on the wall on Tanzara paper. Or Tanzaka paper. I think I said that wrong last time, too. Swinging door. A swinging door. Kitchen. I can see the kitchen area past the counter. 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 Autographs. Autograph, probably from a celebrity. Chair. Round chair. Stool. A stool. Table. A table. Kid's seat. A kid's chair. Your average 18-year-old white girl can be fun with this one simple trick. Well, she's Japanese for one, but it's true. making her crazy will instantly make her a more interesting character. Look, she's looking at a photograph in her hand. I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you want to talk about it? About Ota?
あんたのせいだ。
This is your
警察
fault.
の人から聞いたよ。
Heard from the police.
あんたがあのイリスで
Because you
オタを
didn't
野放し
take
に
care of
したから。
Iris.
それでオタは事
My
件
boy
に巻き込
Ota
ま
got
れて。
involved.
だって捜査の報告書を調べてみた。
Date, I looked into the investigation report.
どうやら真由美は
Mayumi confirmed Ota's body earlier this morning.
確認をしたらしい。
そうか。
I see.
悪いけど帰ってくれないか。
I'm sorry, I want to be alone right now.
聞こえなかったのかい？
Did you not hear me?
出てけって言ってる
I
んだよ。
said leave.
Date, 行こう。
Okay, let's go.
とても話ができそうな状
She
況。
is in no state to talk.
ああ、そう。
Yeah, you're right. Okay. To the map. Where should we go next? I think we should play like Pokemon Blue. Anyone can be anyone can be white. I guess it's true. When they localize the game, they make everyone white, just like with what's it called? Ace Attorney and any 4Kids anime dub. Where should we go? Oh, they want you to go to the Scan residence too. That's great. Is that where we should go next? I guess let's get all the sad shit out of the way. All the saddest shit out of the way. Let's play Grieving Mother Simulator. When I visited the Sagan household, I found Hitomi with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked me to sit on the sofa. I agreed and sat down. Holy shit, Date, your posture, dude. But after that, I couldn't say a single word. The heavy silence weighed on both of us. He's so bug core. Microwave. Refrigerator. You know what? I'm just going to assume that nothing in here is going to elicit an interesting response this time. Look, Tomi is composed. She's hiding her sorrow deep in her heart. She's gentle but strong. About Iris.
イリスは私のすべてでした。
Iris was my everything.
どこに行く時も
We always went everywhere
私たち
together.
はいつも一緒でした。洋服を買いに行く時も
Whether it was buying clothes or going to the
映画を見に
movies,
行く時も散歩する時も
taking a walk or going shopping
近
at
所
the
のスーパー
supermarket.
へ買い物に行く時もよちよち歩きの頃は
When she was young, she would just
私の指
hold
を
one of my
一本だけ
fingers.
掴んで手のひらが小さすぎて
Her hand was too small to
まだ
hold
指
mine.
を一本だけしか握れなかったんです。それが2本になり
Then it went
3本に
2, then 3, and
ようや
finally,
く手のひらが
she
握れ
could
るよう
move my hand. She could hold my hand.
にやがて私の手
But
を
eventually, she left my hands altogether.
でも最近は
She started crossing her arms, being independent,
いつまで経っても
even though she needed constant attention
甘
growing
えん
up.
坊だったんです。あの子
About Iris. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be funny
たちに
to given the context.
あの子の思い出
Okay, I
に
genuinely think the mom is the killer. Wait, which mom? This one or the other one? Her memories are a part of this room, and always will be.
赤ん坊の頃このソファ
When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried.
ビリビリに破かれた
One day, she tore up her picture book all over the floor here.
窓ガラスに残されたクレヨンの跡
Another time, she drew with crayons all over the window.
母の日に描いてくれた
She painted my portrait on Mother's
私の
Day.
似顔絵床の傷
Scratches on the floor,
お皿
chipped plates,
テーブルの焦げ跡
burn marks on the table, stains on the cushion.
目に映るもののすべて
Everything you see, it all holds a memory of her.
あの子の思い出がなのに
But
どうして
why? About Ota.
オータ君は
Ota was one of my students.
彼が小学生の
I
頃
taught him in elementary
受け持っ
school.
たことがあって
He was a fetus back then.
警察の方から伺いま
I
した
heard it from the police.
オータ君は
Ota tried to help
イリ
Iris
スを
and
助
ended
けよ
up.
うとして何と言っていいのか
I don't know what to say.
もう言葉が見つかりません
I have no words. Can you think of any information?
ひとみさん
You told me.
私にできるのは事
My
件
entire focus is on this case.
それだけ何か手がかりにな
Is
り
there anything at all you can tell
ご
me?
存知ないですか？
こんなことが
I don't know if this is
手がかりになる
important,
かどうかわ
but
かりませんが
構いません。教えてください。
no, please tell me.
私前にこう言いましたよね
I may have told you this already.
沖浦君の奥さん
I met Denju's wife Shoko twice before.
会ったことがあるって
So is Iris not alive too? She got sawed in half.
一度目は二人の結婚式で
First time at the wedding.
二度目はほんの
Second
一
time a
月
month
ほど前
ago.
場所は
That second
刑務
time
所の
was in the
メー
waiting
カー
room
に
of the
待合室
prison.
だったんです
刑務所。
Prison.
実は以前親しく
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger.
それで私年に何度か
I visit them a few times a year.
刑務所を訪れてるんですそこで偶然翔子さんの姿を見かけて
Thought that was just us being Delulu. No, no. What looked like the saw sawing her in half was the saw sawing her in half. Okay, so we have two unalived 18-year-olds. I mean, I understood that she was dead, but I assumed that she was... I still assumed that that was like a delusion and that like we saw like how he died and then she was just killed off screen somehow. And by coincidence, I saw
向こうは
Shoko.
気づかなかったみたいですけど
I don't think she noticed me, but neither of them are 18 years old, actually.
横顔を見て
I recognized her as Denju's wife right away.
沖浦翔子さんも私と同じで
She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
その受刑者というのは？
Do you know who?
さあそこまでは
No, I don't.
話したわけではないですし
We didn't talk.
どこの刑務所ですか？
Which prison?
東京都の府中刑務所
Fuchu Prison in Tokyo.
府中。
刑務所
失礼しました。
Sorry to have bothered you.
してしまって。では私はこれで。
I'll be going now.
私どうしていい
I
か
don't know what to
わ
do.
からないんですあの子のこと
Thinking about
思
her.
うと伊達さん必ず
Rave, please. You have to catch them.
お願いします
Please. I mean, I'm gonna try. So far, our track record has been so bad that we had to reset the timeline. I will. Trust me. Okay, she's so housewife murderer. Okay. Cold storage warehouse, Date's residence, or Marble. You know what? Let's go to Date's residence, and hopefully Mizuki will be there, and we can be sad about that too. Mizuki, can you be sad too? So far we're on a track record of, like, we have 2 grieving moms. Can we get a grieving best friend too? Yay! We can. Mizuki is curled up on the sofa. She looks like a small animal frightened by a predator. Mizuki is staring at the floor. About Iris. About Ota. About Okura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. Radical. Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
当たり前だ。
Of course.
あの光景はネット配信さ
The
れ
news was distributed heavily across the
大
internet.
々的に報道されている。しかも国内だけでは
Not
ない。
just in Japan, but worldwide. Baloo people die. People die and Yuna dances.
3日前。
3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's
母親の姿を
body.
目撃した。
Yay, bro.
2日前には
2 days ago, her father.
そして今日の未明。
This morning, 2 of her best friends. Okay, when you spell it all out like that, Aibo,
水木は知った。
you're making me sound like I'm incredibly insensitive.
もう限界だろ。
It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
ちょっと。一人に
Yes? Can I be left alone for a while?
大丈夫か？
You okay?
うん。
Yeah. She certainly didn't seem so. What gave you that impression, Date? But I can't stay by her side forever.
アイボ、アビスに連絡
Ivo, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
わかった。
Understood. Stayed with her for a little while, but we didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left. Okay. Okay, now where do we go? Marble or the cold storage? Why was that not something they were already doing? Yeah, to be honest, after her mother died, they should have gotten her a counselor. After her father died, they definitely should have got her a counselor. Therapy is expensive. This is so... Oh, okay. Guess let's go to... I'm curious about Marble, but cold storage warehouse is probably plot stuff. In that case, I would say let's do Marble first. We'll save the plot stuff for last.
大丈夫？
Are you okay, honey? Huh?
夕べのことよ。
About last night.
夕べって
Well, at 3 in the morning anyway.
事件のことを知って
You
る
know about it?
そりゃね。
On every channel.
も報道特番ばっかりだし。死人みたいな。
You have the face of a ghost.
一杯飲んだら
Do you want a glass?
俺が欲しいのは蒸留
I
酒。
don't need a drink. I need information.
何か知らないか？
You have anything?
そうね。
Well, let's see.
ただの勘でよけ。
I do have, I suppose you could call it intuition.
聞かせてくれ。
Tell me. Okay. Anything funny? Anything funny? Anything funny? 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 No? No funny? Even at Marble, we're gonna have a dour mood, I guess. Okay. Even with this song playing in the background, we're gonna have a dour mood. Mama, bless us with RuPaul. Mama is polishing the dry bonito. Information about the incident.
今回の事件、なんとなくだ
The Kumakuras are involved in this
組が
case.
絡んでるような気がするのよね。ほら、前に言ったでしょ
Remember what I told you before?
レンちゃんと熊倉組
That there's a relationship between Den and the Kumakuras.
レンちゃんの別れた奥さん
Shoko also has a relationship with them.
同じ知ってると思うけど
You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
要するに被害
So
者
basically, two of the victims are linked to the
熊倉組との
Kumakuras.
接点があった。だから事件にも
That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
そういう
二人じゃなくて三
Not
人
two, three.
3人
Three.
もしかしてイリスのことか
Iris?
うん
No, not that one. The boy. Wait, what? What do you mean Iris? First of all, what do you mean Iris isn't related? Second of all, what do you mean Ota
ここに
is?
来て
Came here last night.
大田か
Ota?
さあ松下
Yes,
食堂の
from Matsushita Diner. Ota is a gang son. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well. Okay, how is that gonna play out? How? Tell me now. How is Ota related to the Kumakuras? Is he a castrati? Did they castrate him? Have you heard the rumors? Mama told me a similar story to Ivo's. About Sosejima and the Kawasaki district. Basic idea is this. 8 years ago, So sold his land to the Kawasaki district for 30 billion yen. Half a year later, an explosion at the chemical plant caused the land price to drop drastically. So bought back the land for 1 billion yen. Almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. Did So blow it up, or conspire to blow it up? No, that wouldn't make sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that. He would end up with 29 billion in cash and 1 billion in land. It's a net zero. Politicians being unethical? No! There's more to the story.
熊倉組はね関連の不動産会社をいくつも持ってる
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies.
それぞれ独立した会社に見えるけど
They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts.
今ここでは仮に
I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you.
その経営
KE followed in So's footsteps.
川崎地区の土地を丸ごと
They bought up land in Kawasaki. About So in the Kawasaki district.
さてひとまず経営
Now back to So.
置いといて政治川崎地区カジノタウン化計画
You heard of the plans for the casino in Kawasaki.
この計画を最初に立
So was the one who came up with it.
何を隠そう瀬島なのよ
私は生まれも育ちも
I was born and raised in Kawasaki.
かつての川崎の風景
I
を
remember the landscape of my
私は
childhood,
心から愛してい
and
る
I loved it dearly.
ところが
But
今の
look at
川崎は
Kawasaki
どうでしょ
now.
うテレビで惨状を見
When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces.
私は何とし
But I
てでも
promise you, I will revive the Kawasaki district at any cost.
そのための足がかりとして
Casino Town Kawasaki will give new life to the city. Oh no.
その後の瀬島の
After that, So moved fast.
関係各局に
He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places.
法案は速やかに可決
Bill passed, and it became an official government initiative.
かくして川崎地区の
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kawasaki district. Unrelated, but So seems like he's into bondage. I hope he is.
現時点ではまだ
At the moment, the area is still considered off limits.
だが除染自体はほぼ
However, the air in Kawasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
今後計画が順調に進めば川崎地
Plan
区
goes smoothly, land prices in Kawasaki are going to skyrocket.
経営連合が二足三
And all that land is owned by the KE.
政治も同じよ
And by So himself.
うまくいけば
And he bought back for 1 billion will be worth 10 times that
数
soon.
十倍の価値を生むこと
結果的には両者とも濡れ手で
Involved in some shady business. About So in the Kawasaki district.
だから
This is just another rumor, but
化学工場
chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
故意に爆破さ
Well,
れた
that much was kind of
首
obvious.
謀者は瀬島と熊倉
So in the Kumakuras, you mean?
でも証拠はないのよね
But there's no hard evidence of that.
ただの噂話だと一周されてしまえば
It's just gossip. About Ota and the Kumakuras.
で何の話だ
What were we talking about again?
太田と熊倉組の
Ota and the Kumakuras.
ああそうそう
Oh, right.
太田君の家
You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the
川崎
Kawasaki
地区の
district?
近くにあるそうじゃない爆発事故の影響
Chemical plant explosion made times hard.
客足は途絶えて売
Foot traffic went down, sales declined.
り今はもう潰れちゃった
No wonder it closed down.
だとする
Ota must hold a grudge.
太田君はきっと恨んでるはず
Mama has such big dick energy.
事故を起こした人間
Someone caused that explosion.
それが故意に起こされたもの
And if it was intentional, oh, he'd hate them even more.
というわけで太田君
That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
つながってるんじゃないかって思ったのね
Say goodbye. Are you going to shoot her?
ママありがとう
Thank you, Mama.
今の話が事件の解明
I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
無駄だったかしら
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to waste your time.
そんなことはない参考になったよ
No, it was very helpful.
そう少しでも
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
じゃあ俺はこれで
Well then, be seeing you.
またいつでも来て
Come back anytime. Map. Cold storage warehouse. I stepped into the cold storage warehouse. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. The temperature hadn't raised much at all. Cold air sunk into my skin, but the center of my body was burning hot. Okay. Iris and Ota were sliced in two by this ice cutting machine. Iris
イ
and
リスの
Ota.
死因および死亡
Iris'
推定
estimated
時刻
time
に
of death and cause of death has been
そうい
confirmed.
ない例の動画は
The video was not a recording, it was a live stream, filmed in real
確か
time,
にリアルタイムで配信されていた。
つまりイリスの
which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
前後ってことだな。
イリスの死体には火
Iris also had her left eye removed.
ああ
Yeah.
証拠の時も沖浦の時も
And like Denju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been
未だ
recovered,
見つかっていない。
so the killer probably ate it. Nice cutting machine.
この台の上で
Right here, Iris and Ota were...
太田の死亡推定時刻に
I'm sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
俺がここにやってくる直
Just
前
before I arrived, about 3:30 in the morning,
では死因についても
and the cause of death.
それについては
Right,
一つ
about
気にな
that.
ることが太田の脇腹には
Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
ああ
Correct.
直接的な死因はどっち
What was the exact cause of death?
包丁で刺され
Was
た
it the knife wound, or
それとも
確かなことはわからない。
cannot determine that?
だがいずれにせよ
I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal.
仮にこの台に乗せられた
Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death.
そうでなければ抵抗して
If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle. Maybe Ota was trying to help Iris jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle, and Ota ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back. He was forcibly put inside the costume, then finally cut open by the ice cutting machine.
だがなぜだ
But why?
犯人はどうして
Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
さあな
Was there a pervert? Unknown. Bloodstain A. Iris and Ota's blood. Bloodstain B. Is this Ota's blood? Forklift B. Forklift. I don't see anything special about it.
かなり古いタイプの
This forklift is old.
どうやら動きそうも
It does not appear to be functional.
ずっとこの場所に放置されたままだったんだろう
It has not been moved in some time.
ビデオカメラと
A
ノート PC
video camera and a laptop.
犯人はこれらを使って
This is what the criminal used to stream.
いずれも中古
All of these items have been
たもので
bought
その経路から
bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them.
動画の配信は倉庫内
I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse.
回線の登録者を
Okyoda Fishery Company Ltd is listed as the owner.
だがルーター
However, I found the password written directly on the router.
それさえ
Anyone who saw it could
誰
have
でも
used
使
it.
用することが可能だ沖浦水産株式
I've done some research.
沖浦水産は
As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okyudas, the same Okyudas we know.
沖浦蓮司の父親
Denji's father created the company.
築き上げた会社だ
やっぱり大きい
Another connection to Denju.
いやどうもそう
No, actually.
そうだ現在の沖浦水産
Currently, Okyoda Fishery has nothing to do with Denju.
17年前に沖浦
The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Denju's father died.
沖浦蓮司は株を持っている
Denju holds no shares and is not involved in the management.
要するに
In short, Denju did not inherit the company from his
会社
father,
を別の
and it was instead given to other persons.
じゃあ犯人がここを選んだのは
But it can't be a coincidence.
わからん
It certainly is suspicious.
なあだてそろそろ外に出
Date, we should get moving.
この倉庫は所轄の
Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly.
これ以上ここを捜査しても
We will not find anything of importance here.
見つからないだろ
そうだな
Yeah, you're right.
警官や監視機関に
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
頼んでおくといい
わかった
Alright. Okay. Unlikely to be a clue.
この倉庫は使われてないのか
Oh, it's not in use. Cardboard box. Policeman, look. Police officer. Any progress on the investigation? I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing. Okay. Look. Here's doing his duties as usual. Any clues? No, nothing so far. I'm heading out. Let me know if you find anything. I'll let them know. I let them know, then left the warehouse. When I left the warehouse, I saw Pewter. What is he doing here? He walked up to me while I was trying to work it out. Date, I have to talk to you about something. Huh? About the original Cyclops serial killings.
なんで突然
Why this, all of a sudden? Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find out who did this and bring them to justice. So if I can help you, even a little,
だがだったらアビスにいた
why didn't you say something at Abyss? Boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her. So I decided to meet you here. Pewter looks like he doesn't wear underwear under what he wears. I mean, with the skin tight suit like that, yeah, probably not.
わかった
All right,
とにかく話を聞かせてもらおうか
let's hear it. Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Why am I not seeing half of the comments? Probably because they're getting filtered out of the top chat. I'm viewing the live chat on my monitor. Unfortunately, I cannot get it to display the live chat on OBS. So the version of the chat that shows up on OBS is slightly censored. I wish I could change it, but I can't. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes. Let me explain why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer. Although it's more accurate to say killers.
2人
More than one? In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice. One of them was born a murderous sociopath, or psychopath. That's what he said. Psychopath. Murderous psychopath. The other is Dohan Kumakura, previous chairman of the Kumakuras. They each had a role to play. Pewter, how the fuck do you know? I mean, he's a part of the investigation team. He probably was investigating that crime too. Murderer committed the homicide, and Dohan removed the eyeball. Okay, but what did he do with the eyeball? The eyeballs. Wooden box. Containers. Crane. Warehouse. Okay. Oil drums. All of them. Look. Computer looks grimly serious. Out Dohan.
今から18年前、ローハンは一人の
18 years ago, Dohan took a woman's eye. Oh no, Baloo, the hot men are murderers. I know, it's unfortunate.
その女性は
She was already dead.
彼は死体の眼下に指を突っ込み、
Put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out.
理由は至極単
The
純。
reason why was simple.
彼は艶やかに輝く女性の目
He
玉に
was fascinated by women's
しま
eyes.
ったのです。その美しさは彼の貪
Their
婪な
beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them.
どうしても欲しい手に
He needed to have them, to make them his own.
本能的な衝動に
Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye.
その時から彼は
From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession
猟
with
奇
the
的な
eyes
執
of
着
dead
心を
women.
抱くようになりました。特に死亡した女性の
He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman.
とはいえ、いくら暴力団の組長で
And
も
even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge.
彼の欲望は満たされぬま
His
まに
deepest, darkest desires went unfulfilled for years.
ところがある時、
However,
彼はつい
he
に
soon met his ideal partner,
巡り合うことに。そう
the aforementioned psychopath.
例の彼はその男に殺人を行わせ
Cyclops killer would commit the murders, and Rohan would take the
殺
eye.
された女性から目玉を奪うことにしました。ギブアンドテイク。
Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established.
かくして第一サイクロプス連
This
続
was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings.
実行に移されてしまうことになりました。伊達さんがアビスに配属されたのと
At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss. Why did the Cyclops case get classified?
理由は
That
すみません。僕
I
に
don't
も
know.
わからないんです。
第一サイクロ事件は約
details of the original Cyclops serial killing case have become nebulous over time.
捜査資料の中にも
Even the official investigation material contained nothing of value.
だから私も調べ
I'm
よう
unable to draw any conclusions from them.
本当に知らないのか
You really have no idea?
この後に及んで隠し事
If
な
I
んてしま
did,
せん
I would tell you. Who is the murderous psychopath?
彼は生まれつき
He was born with a brain dysfunction.
脳下垂体高揚の
Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
オキシトシンとは母性愛男女の愛情
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust.
俗に幸せ
It
ホ
is
ルモン
locally referred to as a love hormone.
脳内物質のことだこのホルモンには
Causes a tranquilizing effect which improves moods and relieves stress.
精神安定的な効果があり特に好意を
It
抱
is
く
normally secreted when the body makes contact with an
接
object of
触などの
affection,
行為によって
such as an embrace
著
or
しく分
caress.
泌される
これがどういうことか
I'm sure you know what this implies, but
彼は将来的な
he was unable to feel love in
愛
the
を
way
感
that
じ
we
る
do.
ことができなかったということですその代わりと言って
However, he was able to experience a substitute.
彼の脳には
His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means.
彼はある行為を
Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins.
脳内にドーパミンや
By performing a certain
大量
action.
に分泌される得意
その行為っていうの
What
は
was it?
殺人ですよ。
Murder.
ドーパミンとは
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain.
何かを成し遂げた時に得られる快感
Pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine.
一方エンドルフィンとは
Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic.
これが分泌されると
They dull pain and create a feeling of
幸
happiness.
せな気分に満たされることになる
人を殺すことで快感を
Got pleasure from killing people?
いえ、ちょっと違います。
It's slightly more complicated than that.
人を殺すことでしか
Killing people was the only way he could get
幸福
pleasure.
感を得られなかったんです。
Boy, do I know that. Dumbass, mid-ass, broken dopamine system. Agreed.
彼が初めて人の命を奪
I
う
also hate having
12
ADHD.
の頃だったよう
He
で
was 12 when he took his first life.
す。その時に殺人の快楽に目覚め
That enlightened him to
以
the
来
pleasures of
彼は
murder,
強行を重ねていくことに
which he would do again and again. Okay, summarize for me.
第一サイクロジ
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice.
初代サイクロプス
There were two Cyclops killers,
そのうちの一人は
and one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
だがローハンは1年前
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
ということは
That means...
なあピューター
Shooter, tell me this.
サイクロプスの片方
One of the original killers is dead, I know that.
残るは一人
But that means one remains.
そいつは一体
Who is he?
彼は4件目の殺人を終えた
After
後
his fourth murder, he was arrested by the police.
一応別件
They
で
actually picked him up on other charges.
とにかく今は府中
But in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu Prison.
府中刑務所
Fuchu Prison?
え
Yes.
そいつの名前は
What's his name?
証拠番号は
Prison, he doesn't have a name.
刑務所の中ではそう呼ばれ
He
て
is simply called Number 89.
89号って
Number 89. I know who killed Narami Shoko.
だから言ったんですよ
So now you know why I said that.
初代のサイクロプスに
The original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
だってそうでしょ
Because one is dead and the other is behind bars.
一人はあの世
Neither of them had the opportunity.
両
Well, now we know. Let's check our appendix. AE Association. Kumakura Estates. The name Mama gave to the real estate companies under the Kumakura umbrella. Endorphins. Endogenous morphine released in the brain. Relieves pain, calms nerves, and creates a feeling of euphoria. Totally unrelated to dolphins. Kawasaki District. So Sejima currently resides in Azabu. However, he is currently not running for office in the Minato District where Azabu is located, but instead in the Kawasaki District where he was born and raised. Candidates are allowed to run for any constituency, regardless of where they live. Dopamine. One of the neurotransmitters present in the central nervous system, involved with pleasant feelings, motivation, and learning new information. Posterior pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is part of the endocrine system that hangs on the lower part of the brain, not to be confused with the anterior pituitary, primarily secretes oxytocin. Peptide hormone. A hormone with a peptide bond. A peptide bond is a bond that occurs when the carboxyl group of a molecule, COOH, reacts with the amino group of another molecule, NH2, which generates water, H2O. Has nothing to do with energetic tides. Okay. My dopamine only often works by stress, which is unhealthy to say the least. Unfortunately, I know how that is. Okay. I think this is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all for joining me. And we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.